What is going on, Fantasy Nation? It's Justin here, and we are back to talk fantasy football and the NFL draft. Today, it's me. At the moment, Josh is missing in action right now. He's not answering my phone calls, guys. Somebody text him, somebody call him. But we're gonna talk about fantasy football anyway. So let's get on to the other side.
You're watching Fantasy Now Plus.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back again, because I just talked about this. I don't open the shows. We all know this already. Jamie, what is going on? Fantasy Meatball, what's going on? And Fernando, what is going on? It is draft day, and we are here to talk about the draft. Currently, it is me. We might have a guest on here in just a moment, as soon as he gets set up, because he is a real one. But before we do, guys, everybody, go sign up for Super League. Super League is a fantastic charity league that is run by us, and the link to register is in the chat. superleagueff.org. It is a charity best ball league where it's got a little bit of a twist. There are some waivers. We're making it a little bit different this year. You can get all the information on the website there in the chat. superleagueff.org. We're going to make it a bigger, better league than ever before. Big Oats, what's going on? Ty Simpson loves putting Legos together. Red flag. I want to say no, but I'm a Pacers fan, and Miles Turner also does Legos, and he's a big weirdo now. So who knows? And we have a guest here, Tommy. Tommy, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, Justin?
Dude, thanks for jumping on literally like the last minute to chat for 20 minutes.
Dude, thanks for the invite.
Yeah. No. So I want to talk about the draft, but also I want to talk about what has come before the draft, because everybody automatically assumes you're a first round pick. You're obviously going to be a star when it comes to fantasy football. So that is not necessarily the thing. And I just want to talk about that.
I love it.
Yeah. So obviously tonight, the Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants, first 5 picks in the draft. I think actually the Giants have 2 picks in the first 10 rounds. But I want to go back a couple years. I want to talk over the last couple years, and we're gonna make this good. So last year, Cam Ward, first overall pick in the draft, the Davey O'Brien Award winner in college. What do you was Cam Ward a success in his first season? I know the Titans obviously did pretty bad. I mean, they ended up with the 4th overall pick. Is this like a Trevor Lawrence thing where the Titans are just going to suck for a couple years and then the Titans get good again?
I'm glad you brought up Trevor Lawrence, because the environment around Cam Ward was literally, I think, the worst in NFL history, if not the worst, like up there in the pantheon of the great not greats, right? Like the Urban Meyer rookie year of Trevor Lawrence type quality. And it wasn't just coaching staff. It was offensive line. It was defense. It was skill positions. It was scheme. Like everything was working against Cam Ward. And he kind of proved a little bit of resiliency to me. He improved over the final month or 6 weeks or so of the season. And I'm actually optimistic, because I think we've seen essentially how bad it can get for Cam Ward. And really anything else we get has to be upside, doesn't it, Justin?
You have to assume. I mean, I know you and I probably would prefer Cam Ward and the Titans to just continue to not be good, but you have to see some kind of upside. They're gonna probably figure out the running back game soon. But running back is always that position. I feel like it's the last thing you need to figure out. Once you have all the pieces, slide in a really good running back, team blows up. So I'm curious to see how Cam Ward ends up doing. Other offensive fantasy stars last year, Ashton Genty, first year, up and down season. I think overall we saw what he could do, and once he was able to do his little weird stance again, Ashton Jetty seemed fine. What do you think?
His contact balance is just unreal, isn't it? Like when you look at the skill set of an Ashton Genty, everything is there. I think that expectations should be somewhere around the 6th to 12th best running back going into 2026, extending to a run of top 12 finishes for the next several years. He is an elite talent, an elite player, and proved everything that I need to see to invest in him as one of the top handful running backs in Dynasty.
Yeah. I agree. We hopefully it happens because I mean a lot of us drafted him 101, 102 last year, which I think is going to be what Jeremiah Love is this year, is a 101 or 102 option depending on your needs. Colston Loveland went 10th overall to the Bears, which we all kind of laughed about early on the season because he didn't have a great start, while Tyler Warren had a great start, became a Pro Bowler even. What do you like? The two of them, it's probably way too early to decide. Yes, they're both really good. They're both mediocre. They're both trash. I think overall, they both did pretty well last season, though.
They really did. And this is why it's a reminder to us, don't draft in your rookie draft two situations, because situations change so much quicker than maybe we want to give them credit for. When we were going into the 2025 season, Luther Burden was kind of a risky / upside bet. We weren't really sure what we were going to get from him. DJ Moore was seeing 80% plus of the snaps historically in the Bears offense. And then we had Cole Kmet, right? Like there was a really difficult path for Loveland to see the field, earn that type of target share that we really need from tight ends. And guess what happened? The deck's cleared, right? Like he earned the opportunities that he had, and now his path is so much clearer. And so if we do get a Sadiq, let's say, in a difficult situation, man, I'm not really worried about that because I'm not playing Dynasty necessarily for this year at the tight end position. I'm just going to bet talent and say that if he is good enough, the offense will evolve around him.
Yeah. Tight ends, especially young rookie tight ends, are always so weird because if you get a really good one, you just plug him in there and then forget about him for 10, 15 years, like Travis Kelce or a Brock Bowers. Really good talents. If you get a bad one, you're paying attention to the tight end position a lot more. And I feel like if you got Colston or Tyler, you're probably fine for quite a while, especially in Dynasty. Mecca is doing pretty well, I would say. Amari and Hampton, a little concerns there. Is he the first round talent or is he just another running back that's going to fill the depth chart for the Chargers?
To finish as like the RB1 overall, I think Hampton has that in his range of outcomes, though, right? Like there's a potential for a split backfield, let's say with a Keaton Mitchell, for increased passing yardage that really does not include the running back position. So I think the floor is also a little bit riskier, but what we're investing in is the fact that the NFL applied a first round grade to Hampton. And those players just don't really tend to
Oh no, Tommy. I don't know what happened to Tommy. I don't know where his trail is going off, but I'm pretty sure he was pretty excited for Amari and Hampton. So not a bad one. And he is back here. There we go.
Sorry about that, man.
You're good. You're good. So you were talking about Amari and how he does have the potential to end up being pretty good. So next up, I don't know if Tommy can hear me yet. We'll find out very quickly. I do have good news. Josh is responding to me now, so that is always great news. Matthew Golden was also drafted last year. He has the ability to finally be the Packers wide receiver 1 now with Romeo Doubs out of there. Tommy, if you can hear me, you think about Matthew Golden? If you can't hear me, then we'll just move on. Can't hear me. Okay, perfect. That's all right. Josh, what's going on, buddy? I'm glad you're alive.
First off, the anxiety I had The anxiety I have. I don't want to boot Tommy. He's way smarter than I am. Let's get Tommy back in here. I can come on. Tommy has a hard out.
I'm going to kick you off. Tommy, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. Technical.
You're good. You're good. I appreciate you being on. Josh definitely appreciates you being on. So I know you got just a couple more minutes here. Let's talk about the last couple of offensive players from the first round last year. Matthew Golden finally has the opportunity to be wide receiver 1 for the Green Bay Packers with Romeo Doubs out of there. Can Matthew Golden take that next step and actually be a true wide receiver 1 like everyone thinks so? Or do we still see another Packers wide receiver 3 filled room?
It's so interesting, isn't it? Because players with Matthew Golden's profile, first round picks who didn't hit their first year, they have like a 3% hit rate from here on out. It's really, really bad odds. And so I'm not going to be building my team with the assumption that I have even a wide receiver 3 in Matthew Golden. The problem is you can't get a whole lot for him. And so I think what we do is we say that target share should increase. Every opportunity in the world is there for Matthew Golden. And if we get like a Quentin Johnston type bump, maybe we sell from there, but there's not really enough of a market for me to do a whole lot aside from maybe get like a backup running back or something like that. So a really risky play that I'm honestly a little bit bearish on. What about you though, Justin?
I drafted him last year. Hopefully he's going to be, I got him and Tet last year. So it's one of those, like, if he does really well this year, my team might actually go from worst to the playoffs. So we'll definitely see there. Last offensive player here, Jackson Dart to the New York Giants, which was a little bit of a surprise. They signed Russell Wilson. You expect, Russell Wilson going to be the guy. No, Jackson Dart is. John Harbaugh's there. They have 2 top 10 picks tonight. Assuming they can get Jackson Dart paired up with more than, Malik Neighbors, this looks like a pretty good pick for the Giants last year.
Yeah, I wish I could be more excited about Jackson Dart because A, I think he's a really good player. And B, I think that the New York Giants are going to do the right thing and surround him with even more weapons aside from a very elite Malik Neighbors. The thing is, the dynasty community has really pushed Jackson Dart all the way to the top of the rankings above someone like a Justin Herbert or a Patrick Mahomes or a Jalen Hurts. And so at cost, he's a really tough bet, but that doesn't mean I think he's not going to be successful. I think this is a really good player that's maybe worth where he's at. There's just a lot of really good bets right next to him as well.
Yeah, agreed. Well, Tommy, that is the 2025 NFL draft. I definitely appreciate you being on again and filling in some time here while Josh was getting himself together. We'll definitely be talking here, especially about like Super League here in the very, very near future. So Tommy, thanks again for joining, and I will talk to you later, man.
Thanks. Love you, buddy. See ya.
See ya. Josh, you're back.
It's like going from Patrick Mahomes to Justin Fields. Like, I'm so sorry. Tommy was like, Tommy's up here and you guys have to deal with me now. Listen. I have a lot of opinions on what he just said about Jackson Dart. And can I talk about it?
Okay.
Not about what Tommy said, just about Jackson Dart.
About Jackson Dart as a whole? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
What you got?
So like, I'm very notorious, and if you've listened to me long enough, God bless you, because I don't know how you've dealt with me for so long. But I've been huge on Dynasty. I played Dynasty before COVID, believe it or not. And I will say this, the new trend is like the new quarterback, you got to draft them this high over proven studs like what Tommy said, Lamar, Mahomes, happens year after year. I think it started with, I don't know where it started. I don't know where, but for example, Jaden Daniels, 103, baby, 102 in Superflex leagues and Dynasty. What are we doing? Happened with Trevor Lawrence when he came out. It's going to happen with Jackson Dart.
Happening with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's not a fantasy.
He's finally on the up. He's finally on the up and up.
He's getting there. He's getting there. But he's in his second contract, so like he should have already been there. That's the thing. So
I get it though, but what I'm saying is though, like you'll have these players, especially at the quarterback position. Justin Fields was one of those guys. I was laughing my ass off when you guys were drafting him above real quarterbacks. Like, we do that because Jackson Dart, and I've been guilty on this channel saying Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors are better than Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. That combination, I prefer that. And I'm guilty of that. Am I falling into this trap of like, I'm not going to draft Jackson Dart 101, 102, 103 in Superflex Dynasty leagues. I'm not going to do that. But I know that was the trend. It was always the Jaden Daniels. And before that, it was, I'm missing out on who it was. Drake May is going to be overdrafted this year. It's just the way it is. And then what happens is, holy crap. Maybe they just had a good 6 games like Justin Fields had. Holy crap. Maybe Jackson Dart just had 6 good games in a row like he did. And we don't look at the trends, or we look at what's happening now. And we don't look at, well, shoot, Mahomes isn't like number 1 every year, but he's in the top 8 every year.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is we look at these players that super excel for a short amount of time, and then we put them on a pedestal. And I'm doing that with Jackson Dart myself. So I'm guilty of it. That being said, I'm not drafting Jackson Dart nowhere near where people were drafting Jaden Daniels, but I am putting him in that top 12 situation.
Yeah. Let's obviously last year's offensive players in the first round, they all seem to be okay. Like, it's been 1 year. We can't just write their entire fantasy trajectory off of their rookie season. Because even at the beginning of the season, like Ted McMillan was like, oh, was he worth a top 3 pick? We don't know yet, but he started to turn into that. Let's go into 2024 and look at this draft, because we have, 3 very highly touted quarterbacks right at the start, followed by a wide receiver that was highly touted. 101, everybody blows their auction budget on this player, but not even a wide receiver 3 in fantasy. So it's kind of wild. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Choose one today. Who are you starting a dynasty team with?
That is so tough, man, Caleb. So tough, Caleb. It's Caleb.
So.
It's nobody else.
Truly, I do agree with you. Like, Caleb's the only one that hasn't made what is this, the Pro Bowl, but I think he has the best chance with the quarterback position, with the coaching staff that he has now, mixed with the talent that they are actually surrounding him with. I think Caleb Williams has the best chance to go out and win.
I'm very shocked that you agree with me. I'm very shocked because you're a Jaden Daniels lover.
I do love Jaden Daniels.
Like last year at this time, I could have asked for anything I wanted. Give me your house. And you would say, yeah, give me Jaden Daniels. Okay, cool. Like, you were on that bandwagon, which I don't blame you at all. I still love Jaden Daniels. But what happens is it's the opposite effect. We didn't see Jaden last year a lot. So now we're like, oh, is he good? Like, we're not remembering what he did. But the point of the fact is, Caleb Williams, whether you like him or not, you mentioned it, coaching staff, weapons around him, stability. He's got the rushing upside. He's got just as amount of talent as Jaden Daniels and Drake May does. So if you take all that together, Caleb is the ultimate quarterback in this class, at least.
Yeah.
So the real question, though, is who you'd put second.
Drake May.
What have you... Hold on. Am I rubbing off on you? What is happening here?
The best fantasy players are the ones that are always available. And right now, Jaden Daniels has a little bit of an injury concern to me. They also have Terry McLaurin on offense. That's it. Like, is that's the Commanders' offense. Like, I don't trust the Commanders' offense enough to only solely rely on Jaden Daniels. And it was a concern that he probably would have injury history in the NFL based off of the amount of hits he was taking in college in his frame. Hopefully, Jaden Daniels can go on like a Lamar track and beef up a little bit and then actually take over in NFL games. If Jaden Daniels had 20 more pounds of mass on him, I would take him 101 no matter what. But the fact is, Drake May killed it last year. They're about to probably have AJ Brown on their team. Their offense is doing well. They made the Super Bowl last year. Right now, I would take Drake May over Jaden Daniels.
I want to know what the public thinks, because I think it's the public, because of Super Bowl appearance, Drake May is just probably more marketable. He doesn't paint his nails, whatever the media wants to say. I'm surprised that more people aren't on Drake. They might be. I'm kind of disconnected with the fantasy community right now. because I don't want. I'm just disconnected right now with the fantasy community, and I'll just leave it at that. But I will just say this: I am assuming people are going to pick Drake May over Caleb. I already see comments in the chat. Bears, right? Interesting,
Yeah.
dude. Guys, look at Caleb Williams and his production and what he can do, and he's not even hit his prime yet. He hasn't even hit that stride yet where we're like he's elite. I feel like we're going to get that this year. I feel like we're going to get. Wow, Caleb is actually pretty damn good. Where you have people who are like, Caleb was just freaking lucky. I don't
agree.
think that's the case.
Raphael, AJ Brown is not similar to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is at the end of his career, and is a headache. AJ Brown is also a headache, but AJ Brown is still very elite as a wide receiver.
I'm gonna start painting my nails. My daughter used to paint my nails all the time when she was little. Now she don't want to talk to me.
Okay, Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, this was the one that everybody said this is the wide receiver of the future. Like, this is your new Jamar Chase, your new Justin Jefferson. And Marvin Harrison Jr. has not hit a top 24 season yet. And that's a bit concerning. He also has not really had a true steady quarterback, but is that his fault, or like, is he just, he should just be good regardless who's there, right? I mean, should be.
Think.
You would think. And
Listen.
he also doesn't have a quarter. I mean, he has Jacoby Brissett or who? Carson Wentz. Like, who are the Cardinals quarterbacks this year? They might draft a quarterback. So Marvin Harrison has been in the league for 2 years. He's not really reached wide receiver 3 status. He's a flex position at best. Was this a bust of a pick with the 104 in the 2024 draft?
Bust of a pick. I don't know. I'm not sitting here trying to analyze busts for real life or fantasy. It's a bust for fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a massive bust for fantasy.
Well, okay. So was this a bust of a 101 in Dynasty 2 years ago?
So far, yes. So far, of course, yes. There's many people on this list that we're probably going to go through that, or you've already gone through, that have excelled over Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if it's the quarterback situation. Maybe it's just him. Maybe he's just ungood. Michael Wilson played in 17 games last year. Marvin Harrison only played in 12. Michael Wilson got 1,006 yards, and he played 17 games, but how many of those 17 did he actually have more snaps than like 50% or whatever the case may be? I bet you not a lot. But Michael Wilson was able to produce with Jacoby Brissett. Where was Marv? Every time Marv came back, it was crickets. I don't know, man. I feel like he has a hard way to the top, though, because we're always going to compare him to his father, who I'm not going to get into this argument today because I don't want the hate comments. But let's face it, Marvin Harrison was blessed to play with a Hall of Fame quarterback his entire career. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest about the situation. If Marv was anywhere else, would he be that great? I don't know. And none of us will know. None of us will ever know that. So it's kind of silly to argue. But let's be honest, man. He played with Peyton Manning his entire career. Peyton Manning made anyone relevant. So if you were any kind of good, he's going to make you great. And maybe that's what happened to Marvin Harrison. Or maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. is just like Frank Gore Jr., just like any other junior, Bronny Jr., Ted DiBiase Jr. Just not good.
I want to know what everybody's thoughts in the chat are. What is Marvin Harrison Jr. moving forward? Is he a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, a flex, a bench? Type in a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, and we'll see if this poll thing works. Moving on, Malik Neighbors, obviously very good. I don't think we really need to talk about Malik Neighbors, but Roma Dunze 109 here. Should he have gone over Marvin Harrison Jr. in fantasy drafts?
Who? Malik?
Yeah. No. Roma Dunze. We skipped Malik.
You know what?
Malik is fine.
I've had about enough of Roma Dunze already. I know I'm
a big. Is he better than Marv in fantasy? That's the real question.
I don't know. Because last year we saw awesomeness. And then we also saw a complete disappearing act from Roma Dunze. Yeah. His first half of the season was phenomenal. His second half of the season was disappearing. If we're gonna say that Marvin Harrison Jr. and compare them, Odunze had under 700 yards receiving as well. Odunze had under 50 catches as well. Odunze only played 12 games, just like Marv. They had kind of similar seasons, except for Odunze showed that he could be a wide receiver 1 in certain weeks, and Marvin Harrison really never showed that. That's the only difference I saw between the two. Odunze was more of a usage issue, where I think Harrison's more of a scheme fit issue, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The next two here, let's talk about the two quarterbacks. The Minnesota Vikings moved up one spot in a trade with the New York Jets to draft JJ McCarthy, while Sean Payton says that the Denver Broncos were just baiting the Vikings to move up a single position to get JJ because they always wanted Bo Nix. Obviously, today we want Bo Nix in fantasy over JJ McCarthy. Does JJ have any shot at ever being fantasy relevant again?
Oh my gosh. Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl, brother. Anything is possible in the NFL. But here's my one thing on that. And we'll get to Mike Evans and San Fran if you have that question. I can answer that. Sam Darnold turned it around with Kevin O'Connell. Carson Wentz showed life last year, a little bit of life, not too much. Kevin O'Connell can fix anyone, a little bit of life. Dude, they opted to start him over JJ McCarthy when JJ McCarthy was healthy.
I mean, the Vikings also resurrected Case Keenum. They also resurrected, like you said, Sam Darnold. Like, Kevin O'Connell is a QB whisperer. He will resurrect anybody, but apparently you cannot resurrect something that has never been alive. And that is JJ
Phoenix McCarthy. Something that's never been Phoenix. I get it. JJ McCarthy finished quarterback 31 last year, averaged 14.5 points per game. He was dog water. He was one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. I don't think there's a chance that he plays with the Minnesota Vikings ever again. I don't think he starts the season. I don't think he has a chance. You can believe what you want to believe, but I tell you the truth, brother. Kyler Murray has that job locked down, and it's Kyler Murray's job. JJ McCarthy could move on and be a backup somewhere. He might get a second chance. Everybody gets a second chance, unless you're Trey Lance. Everybody gets a second chance. So
Anthony Richardson.
So he'll get a second chance. He will. Somebody's going to be dumb enough. Somebody's going to be dumb enough to do it. But again, I do think, listen, it was a bust of a pick, and the Vikings have already given up. They gave up last year, people. Why were they calling Aaron Rodgers? Why were they keep wanting to keep Sam Darnold? Why do they want to keep Daniel Jones? They knew what they had already, and you people didn't believe it. I didn't believe it either. Trust me, go look at my rankings last year. I had JJ McCarthy as a top 10 quarterback. I believed it. But he's not it.
Is Brock Bowers a top 2 tight end until he retires?
Yes, and Josh Rosen got a second chance in Miami. So don't say that, Jamie. I lived it. We all lived it here at the Fins Talk Sports Network. We all lived it, brother. But what was your question again? I'm sorry.
Brock Bowers, top 2 tight end forever.
Top 2? No. Top 10, yes. I thought you said 10. 2, no.
Oh, no.
No. And the reason is because it's so Huh?
Top 5?
I don't know, man, because I was thinking about it yesterday. I was talking to Dave about this yesterday. Like, Bannon is so good. And then you have the other Loveland is so good. Tyler Warren is so good. Sam Laporta could pop off. Like, I think we're going to have true parity at the tight end position, but it's going to be dominated by the greatest of all time, as Liv Morgan would say, Trey McBride. I mean, I've been saying this since day one. Nobody wanted to listen to me, but he's going to be the one that is going to stick up there. I think he's the one.
Is Trey McBride the reason why Marvin Harrison Jr. is not good?
He's the reason why he doesn't get as targeted, but I don't know, man, because Michael Wilson was getting 20 fucking targets a game. Excuse my language. Let's
talk about some wide receivers here. We've got Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall, and Xavier Legette, and we're stopping at 32. We're only talking about first rounders here. We could talk about Keon Coleman and Ladd McConkey, but we're not there. So any of these wide receivers are any of these wide receivers even better than Ladd McConkey?
No. To put it lightly, no. I was willing, dude. I was so happy. I don't give my examples a lot, but I make a lot of moves, and I'm in a lot of leagues. You saw this move when Worthy went nuts in the playoffs, and everybody was all over his dick. I'm sorry, I had to stop doing that. I'm on a professional show now. This isn't professional wrestling. By the way, watch me tonight, Vince Talk Sports Network, Real Talk Wrestling. We're breaking down WrestleMania, brother, and the Monday Night Raw after. I got to get I'm back in the professional mode here. No, and I'll tell you why. Leggett is a nobody. He'll never be anything. We know this now. Xavier Worthy, he had flashes, and if you didn't take advantage of it like I did, I was willing to give up him and a first to go get a Mecca and Buka last year, and boy, am I happy with this. You guys have to identify flashes versus stability. And Xavier Worthy is a flash, and he was a flash. Leggett, we never got the flash. There was no flashes. Who was the other guy? Who was the other bum?
Keon Coleman. Ricky Pearsall.
Another flash in the pan. Another flash. He'll flash for you, but he's not consistent. Somebody like Ladd is consistent, but he's not at that level where you want him to always be your wide receiver too, because he does have bad weeks.
Let's move on to the 2023 NFL draft, where we had 3 quarterbacks in the first 4 picks of the draft. Starting off with Bryce Young, who I think is finally making a shot at being a super flex quarterback. CJ Stroud, do you still feel very strong about CJ Stroud, the Pro Bowler?
Bro, CJ Stroud, listen. Death, taxes, CJ Stroud makes the playoffs. Y'all need to stop with this hate of CJ Stroud. Y'all need to stop with this hate of like he's regressed. Listen, of course he's going to regress. Nobody can match his rookie season. His rookie season was one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. He left last year with throwing just above 3,000 yards, right? How many touchdowns did the boy have? 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's awful. We want to get that up. But his interception ratio or touchdown to interception ratio is just fine. His yards per game is sitting a little bit above 215. We want to get that higher. For fantasy, no, I don't think he's a superstar, but he's not a bum. I'd rather have him on my team than someone like a Bryce Young. If we're going to compare the two, I'm still sticking with CJ Stroud over Bryce Young. Both
CJ
playoff
Stroud
quarterbacks.
has done nothing but regress since his rookie season. QB 11, QB 18, QB 21.
Yeah.
And he plays in the easiest division in the NFL. So
I don't know about the easiest.
I have a little bit of concerns for somebody that continues to regress when you play in a very easy division.
And it's also, what do they need to do? Do they need to throw the ball? No, they're a defensive team, the best defense in football. They have low scoring games. They have Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins. You know, Jaden Higgins is going to be a big, I would assume, addition. And he's not even an addition. He was there last year, but I'm saying addition to the offense. Like now he's fully impacted. He's going to fully impact this offense now. So if you add that, again, I think it was in the chat. They don't have Tank Dell anymore. They just lost so many pieces in a small amount of time. How do we not give CJ Stroud grace, but we give other quarterbacks grace? That's my question. Why is that?
CJ Stroud or Trevor Lawrence.
Give me the guy with Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
Always.
Anthony Richardson obviously was not a great pick for the Indianapolis Colts at 104. And in fantasy, again, not relevant. So
remember how mad you were last year?
Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs. These were the 2 running backs in this draft that drew a lot of attention. Bijan obviously went to the Falcons, and Jahmyr Gibbs went to a team that rostered David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, and he was up the 3rd running back coming into a crowded running back room. Obviously, they traded DeAndre Swift away, and now the Lions have Montgomery's even gone too. So between Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs, who would you rather have in fantasy?
Man, that is so tough because they both lost their handcuff. And why am I not taking a flyer on AR-15 is because the Colts aren't even taking a flyer on him anymore. But as far as honestly, they're not. They've given up. They'd rather have Phillip Rivers. But to answer your receiver or running back question, it's very difficult, man, because we haven't seen them without their handcuff yet. We haven't seen them without Algier or without David Montgomery. I don't think much is going to change for them. I think that they are going to stay with the same production that they have. The only question is, who do I prefer? It's so you can't. You can't. You can't.
This is if I have one of these, I'm loving life. If I have both of them, it's even better. It's both of these are hits for the teams that they are on, and I think this was a. I
Like,
think this is they're both really great players.
if you want me to give you a solid answer of like, who does Josh prefer? Who would I pick if I had 101 and this was my decision? I'm probably going to go Detroit. I'm probably going to go Detroit. What I mean by the team,
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm probably going to go Detroit. I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to score touchdowns. He catches the ball too. What did he catch last year? 77 balls last year. So don't give me that Bijan's a great pass catcher. So is Gibbs. And at the end of the day, what organization is going to score more touchdowns? What organization is going to go for it on fourth down more even though they shouldn't? It's David. It's Campbell. It's that moron and that coaching staff in Detroit over the morons in Atlanta, because those are more conservative idiots who think Tua is going to be the answer. By the way, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah. Next, Zay Flowers just got a massive payday. Right? Or no, he's looking for a massive payday. That's right. Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. Oh, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. How did I miss him? The three of and Quentin Johnston. I missed a lot of people here. Okay, first off, Jackson Smith-Njigba, obviously great fantasy asset. We don't even really need to talk about him. Quentin Johnston. Yeah.
We can do
Zay
the same
Flowers,
thing. Don't have to talk about him. Zay
Okay.
Flowers. I like Zay Flowers, though. Don't get me wrong. I like Zay Flowers. If Zay Flowers was on a team that had a better passing attack, I love Lamar. I'm not calling him a running back like some other people do. I love Lamar. But what I'm saying is, let's see how this new passing attack is. Let's see what changes with Harbaugh leaving. Let's see what the new coaching staff wants to do with Lamar. Because I truly believe if they want to go ahead and throw the ball a ton more, if they want to up that passing attack with Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers could definitely be the guy. He was the wide receiver 12 last year, 13.5 points per game. I have nothing bad to say about Zay Flowers at all. I just wish his targets were more down the field. It seems like he's a PPR option. He caught 86 balls last year, 1,200 yards. I don't know. We're only poo-pooing him because he's on the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. So I'm looking at all the wide receivers over the last 3 years, and currently there are 4, possibly 5, because we did skip one, Brian Thomas Jr., which has had a good season, has also had a bad season. Don't know what's up there, which one's true. Only 4, again, maybe 5 in the last 3 years of all the wide receivers that were drafted in the first round are we accepting as startable fantasy assets. So if we're looking at the draft tonight, and you see a wide receiver go in the first round, don't just assume he's worth a first round pick in drafts this year. Let's temper expectations, I think. Especially
I think that goes along with it. All the draft. Like this, we get so excited for these picks. Oh, Najee Harris. I was told by one of my good friends that Najee Harris is going to be the best running back for the next decade. Well, it didn't happen. I was told. Hold on, let me see something real quick. I can see in the chat. AR-15, Anthony Richardson. Oh, he's this. He just needs to get his footwork together. Oh, he's a big monster. He's a big body. He's gonna figure it out. Well, he never did. Now, I'm not saying don't take a flyer on him in Dynasty because he can go somewhere else and be productive. We've seen that before. But this season, I'm not touching him. I see a bunch of things, what to expect from Chargers offense with Mike McDaniels. I'd be looking at that stuff. That's the stuff right there. You're looking at the draft tonight. What are these new offensive coordinators doing with their new teams? How are they going to mesh with the teams, with the weapons they already have? Look at the Giants. Look at Harbaugh. What's he doing over there? He added Likely. He's sticking with Dart. Is he okay with Cam Scatterboo? Does John Harbaugh, is it John or Jim? Either way, does he believe that Scat is the next guy? Scat doesn't even think CTE is real. Maybe he looked at that and goes, that's not my guy. Maybe we're taking Love tonight. Like, we need to look at that kind of stuff. Don't assume, oh, they have Scat, so they're not going to draft Love. Or, oh, they drafted Love, they're not going to use him as much because they have Scat. We don't know. And I like that. That's the one big thing I like about the draft is, you're right, McDaniels with the Chargers. That's going to be exciting. What are they going to do with Herbert? Are they going to go out there and get a offensive player for her? I don't think they need it. They have Hampton, Ladd. Well, they need a receiver, actually. Never mind. But you guys get what I'm saying. That's what I'd be looking for tonight. What are the new people doing? What are the people newly in power going to do? What are the Steelers going to do? That's huge. Like, what are they going to do? That's the stuff I'm looking at, Justin. I'm looking at, people ask me, why are you not interested in trading picks? The draft's coming up. That's why. I'm not trading you. I'm not trading for 101 yet. Where's Love going to go? If Love goes to Tennessee, I'm out. I'm highly out. I'm done. I'm out. But if Love goes to the New York Giants, I'm tilting my head. I might want to trade for that pick. So that's the way I look at stuff. I see you're smiling. What do you think, Justin? I just talked for like 50 minutes.
I mean, Love going to Tennessee. We kind of talked about that briefly about Tennessee needing to figure some things out. I think they still need to get their wide receiver room together before they can really go running back. Running back is one of those positions, especially in fantasy, that you kind of fill in last because they have the shortest lifespan. So yeah, I would love to see Love go to Washington, however, because that would be really fun. And they have the ability to draft him tonight. And no, AR-15 does not equal Jamarcus Russell because AR-15, AR-5, by the way, only played like 11 games in college. Jamarcus Russell played 36 games and was supposed to be like the greatest quarterback to come out of college. So not quite the same. One was supposed to be surefire. The other one was a project quarterback. So one last round I want to talk about, if you've got a moment here, is going to be 2022. And I specifically only want to talk about this for the wide receiver position because we are heavily talking about wide receivers and like how good they are. Because this draft, we didn't have a offensive fantasy starter until pick 8, Drake London. And then we had Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jamison Williams. 3 of those wide receivers are starting like wide receiver 1s, borderline wide receiver 2, but definitely you could probably set them in your wide receiver 1 lineup. Forget about it. Jamison Williams has been hit or miss. He's been up and down. His booms are really, really good, and then his busts are just terrible and will lose you weeks. Those 4 players, again, very solid. Others down here, though, Jahan Dotson, Traylon Burks, not so solid. That just kind of shows you, again, and this brings back to my point from the beginning of the episode, is that just because you have a player drafted in the first round of the NFL draft does not mean you should waste a first round draft pick on them this year in fantasy. They don't always pan out. Kenny Pickett is another example. Actually, 2022 is a very good example of this. I think you have
who's the other quarterback?
3 players that are top of their position. Everybody else is garbage.
I can't remember the other quarterback that went to Atlanta. Gosh, who was that guy?
Desmond Ridder.
Desmond Ridder. He was so bad, but they picked him anyway. So again, I want to preach this. I got 3 more minutes until I got to get back to what I was doing.
Yes. Hold on 1 second.
Cool.
Gotta actually add you to the show correctly.
Fantasy drafts, dynasty. I know we're all starting them pretty soon. The draft's happening. Some of you psychos have already done them. Some of you psychos will do them on Saturday, or some of you psychos will do them Monday. I'm waiting a couple weeks. I think that's the best case scenario. If you're setting up your dynasty drafts, wait a couple weeks. Let it simmer. Everybody's super excited. Everybody's excited to draft. I get it. Just wait a couple weeks. Wait till May. May's very soon. But you guys get my point. Just wait. What are we rushing for? Let's see how this pans out. Let's have our thoughts. Instant gratification is the freaking headline, the logo, the tagline for 2026, 2025. Like, everybody wants instant gratification, right? A documentary comes on Netflix. Oh, cool. I'll watch an episode. Can't wait till the next one drops next week. No, they just drop them all fucking now. And they want you to spend 4 hours of your life sitting there because we want instant gratification. It's ridiculous. So my point is this. Think about before you draft. Let me ask you this, Justin. 112 this year or Rico Dowdle? Who would you prefer?
I think I take Rico.
You take Rico Dowdle. I think we all would. I hope so. I did this trade specifically 2 days ago. That's why I bring it up. Could I get more for 112 today if somebody was... I regret doing this trade, by the way. Would I get more for 112 if somebody was like, oh, I want that player on draft day? You're going to get more out of that pick. So this is my little advice before we head out for draft day. Trade your picks during the draft. You will get the most out of your picks the day of your draft or the week of, or if you do a slow draft like you should. I promise you. If you're out here wheeling and dealing now, these picks are your picks value gain more value. Your picks value, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The later you wait. Let's wait, people. Let's chill. Let's relax. There's no rush to this. We have a couple more months. Go ahead and plug Super League.
Yeah, so if you missed it at the top of the episode, Super League is the best ball charity league that we run each year. This is the 4th year, and we've got some new and exciting rules. You can get that information on our website, which is www.superleagueff.org. I am putting that into the chat right now, so be sure to sign up today. Many of you in the chat are signed up. Many of you in the chat are also not signed up, so definitely join that today. It's going to be another fun year. It's always a great one. So definitely sign up, and you will hear that about 1,700 more times between now and August 1st. So, and
if you're interested, you're a creator, or you just want to be on the show to hang out, I promise you, we're doing a 24-hour stream again. I will commit to more hours. I promise, Justin. So if you want to hang out with us on the 24-hour stream for the Super League and the Extra Life and all that fun stuff, make sure you let us know. We will. Do we have a spreadsheet yet for guests and slot? I'm sure we don't. Who am I? I'm not the organizer.
You think I'm not prepared for this yet?
I'm not.
I'm not. We do not have the sheet yet, but we are looking for guests for that 24 hours as well. So,
and I will be having when I'm going to be on those, those are going to be highly touted. So if you want to be on with me during those times,
1 a.m. and 4 a.m.,
get there early, sign up early. But if you want an opportunity, but no, this has been fun. I'm so sorry I was late, guys. Again, I won't happen again. I know it's a Thursday too. By the way, we're doing Thursday today because of Justin. So if I'm late today, be mad at him for going on Thursdays.
That's fair.
All right. That's fair. But that's it. That's the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some kind of entertainment out of it. I hope you enjoyed the draft tonight. What's better than grown-ass men like ourselves watching other grown-ass men calling names of young men? It's the greatest. Woohoo, they're a millionaire. I can't wait to celebrate that with them. We'll be
back on at 8 p.m. tonight. So be sure to come join us for the draft if you want to talk to people.
I didn't know we were live tonight. See, that's how unprepared I am. I know I'm gonna be on the show Friday. I'm booked for Friday.
Tonight at 8, tomorrow at 7, Saturday at noon.
But if you're not interested in the draft and you like pro wrestling and want to hear WrestleMania, Real Talk Wrestling tonight with Josh Kimmel, El Ginger Americano, and Miami Clutch PE. We'll be talking about Roman Reigns winning the World Heavyweight Championship, Pat McAfee getting destroyed at WrestleMania, Jelly Roll doing his thing. What else? What else happened on that card, Justin?
All I saw was Pat McAfee get body slammed into a table.
That's right. We'll be talking WrestleMania tonight, 6:30 p.m. Finn's Talk Sports Network. I'll see you there. And then after that, you can switch over to Tim and all those guys for the draft coverage. Who's going to be on the draft coverage show?
Tonight is Brian, Tim, and somewhat me.
And not me. But I'll catch you next week, guys. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.